pot nice, fire low. Wind stones in the kitchen, watch this. Loaded stew peas, bubbling slow. For meat in the pot, watch the flavor unfold. Red beans, pit to simmer down low. One bite hit deep.
Yes, family, good morning and give thanks to another great rise. Hope everybody's having a wonderful weekend. Hey, thanks to everybody that checked in yesterday on the Tiki bar. We had a great conversation. I need some more people to participate in it. So, if you guys didn't check it out, go back and check out that video. That was a great conversation. So anyway, we're back in the kitchen like we normally do. And today we're going to make something special. So, Jamaican stew peas is what we call a comfort food, or most people will call a comfort food, right? Just easy cook, nice, delicious, filling. But you know, we don't do nothing normal. So we're gonna make a stew peas today, and we're gonna make it with 4 different meats. Alright? So right now, here's our ingredients. I got some sliced pork shoulder, pigtail, which is a staple in Jamaican stew peas. I got some stew beef over here, soaking, and I got some chicken. So that's our 4 meats. But we're gonna put a little twist on it as well. Normally, stew peas is just used with red peas. Well, we are mix it today. So we got some regular kidney beans, and we got some pinto beans. So the Jamaican flavor, you know, is a mixture. So anyway, we'll get to cooking, you know. So we're gonna start prepare up the meats. All right, stay tuned. All right, family. So before we start prepping up the meats, we're gonna start with the peas. So I'll get the peas in the pot, and that can start cooking. I'm gonna drop a couple of cloves of garlic in there. That will help the peas them get cooked soft very quickly. And then let me get a couple of these peas. The one them where you see a float, that means they're no good. Alright, so we're gonna get them out of the pot. We try to get as much as we could when we clean or wash the peas. But at some point they're gonna start floating anyway. So we're gonna make them start float, and what's gonna happen is once they get cooked to a certain point, we're gonna put some cold water in there, and that's gonna sink the peas back to the bottom of the pot, and then we'll continue to cook. Alright, so next we're gonna start preparing the meats. So first we're gonna get the pigtail cut up, and we're not cut them too big, because me are the only one who eat pigtail. Them like the flavor, but as far as pigtail go, Lynn said she don't want to search feet in the pot for me, you know? So, I'm going to leave them just big enough where she can't find them. As you know me love them, you know. And what's going to happen is this pigtail is going to actually go in to the pot while the peas is cooking, because here's the thing. Pigtail has a lot of salt in it. So we've been soaking them overnight to get most of the salt out. You usually don't get all of it out, but that way I don't have to add as much salt to the cook. So that's good to go. We're gonna go ahead and drop this in the pot. So let's get the pigtail in the pot, and that's gonna cook in. The pigtail again takes a longer time than the other meats to cook. Alright, so we got them in the pot. Next we're gonna go ahead and season up the beef and the pork shoulder. Next we're gonna start to season up our stew beef. So we're gonna put our natural seasoning in there, some scallion. Go and drop some onion. Some thyme. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of garlic salt in there. We don't need a lot, like I said, because we have the pigtail in there already. This is one of my favorite blends. This is the Traeger pork and poultry mix. And again, remember, all this is gonna get cooked out in the stew peas. I'm gonna do some crushed red peppers just for a little bit of kick. You know, we gotta have that. I'm gonna have some cloves. So I'm using cloves instead of pimentos. Should be good right there. And last but not least, you know I gotta have my smoked paprika just to make it a little bit different. And we're just gonna mix our seasoning. And this will be the same seasoning that we're gonna use. Because once we add the meat to it, we're gonna need it to cook down. So I got the pigtail cooking already with the peas. I'm gonna let this marinate. Then I'm gonna add a little bit of extra seasoning to the pot. Because you know it's gonna take a little while. But at least all that flavor will be cooked into the dish. So now I'm just gonna add my sliced pork shoulder because, again, it's thinner. It's gonna add that nice pork flavor to it. I don't know, something like my pork already, so don't beat me up. There we go. We are good to go. Got all that flavor mixed in. So I'm gonna let this sit, marinate for a little bit, about 30 minutes. Then we're gonna add that to the pot. Next, we're gonna work on the chicken, so stay tuned. And of course, we saved our chicken for last, because you know me always said we don't mix poultry with anything else. So literally, I'm just gonna slice up my chicken breast into nice bite-sized pieces. We're gonna get them in the bowl, and we're gonna season them up. The reason why I chose chicken breast because it's a little bit firmer, sturdier, so it doesn't really fall apart in the pot as you would with other parts of the chicken. You know, if you use like the chicken leg or the thigh and stuff, that part of the meat usually gets soft and stewy. Stewy. I guess it works good with the stew, but you don't want it because it will stick to the bottom of the pot and burn, you know. So with the chicken breast, it'll float. So like I said, firmer. It's not gonna fall apart like the other parts of the chicken would. And who doesn't like a firm breast, you know? Get your minds out the gutter, you people. Oh, I can't take y'all nowhere. All right, let me finish cutting up this chicken breast. It's all about fun over here, my family. All about fun. This is a kid-friendly channel. All right, so now we got them cut up. I'm pretty much gonna use, thank you, Lynn, appreciate you. We're gonna go ahead and use up the same seasoning. I don't need to use a lot of cloves like I did because I already have some cloves. I'm gonna go ahead and sprinkle some of our Traeger pork and poultry seasoning. A little bit of garlic salt. Again, we don't use as much because we already have some on the other meats. Some crushed red pepper. And some smoked paprika. And we just mix that up. So this will go in actually towards the end of the cook because, you know, chicken doesn't take as long to cook as the other meats. So in a few minutes, we're gonna go ahead and check in on the peas, see how they're doing. And then we'll more than likely add our beef to the cook to get them start cooking. Good to go. Okay, so let's go ahead and go add some cold water to this so our peas can sink to the bottom. You see that? All the way to the bottom. And we need to add a significant amount of water because we need that beef to cook down. So while that's still cold, we're gonna add our beef. And something I realized when I was seasoning it, I need to separate the beef from the pork shoulder because the pork shoulder is sliced thin. So we can add that at the end of the cook, okay? Because the beef takes a lot longer to cook. Good to go. So now we're just gonna add that in and let it cook down. Once the beef is nice and tender, by then, as you can see, this is cooking nicely. That will be nice and tender. Then we can add the last two meats, which is the chicken and the pork shoulder. So for the meantime, we're just gonna cook this down. Let this do its thing. All right, so see you shortly. All right, let's check in on the meats and see what's going on up in this pot. Everything I bubble. Nice. Yeah, man.
When stones in the kitchen.
You see that? Pigtail. Here's the beef. Yeah, see? Beef starting to come apart. Pigtail. Now I was telling her, until you can slice it with a spoon, that means say it's already cooked. So now we're gonna add our chicken to the mix.
Loaded stew peas, rich and clean. Island style cooking with southern lean. If you like comfort, smooth like dream. This so
Get that chicken all mixed up into the blend.
Start from the base, build it up right. Pigtail
You see?
tender,
So when I talk about the chicken, you see how nice and solid already. As soon as it touch the heat. Yeah, that's what we're looking for right there. So now we're gonna add our coconut milk. Because the cook is almost done. As I'm saying, the only thing we're gonna add to this at the end is gonna be that sliced pork shoulder, that thin strip of pork shoulder, which doesn't take long. As soon as that hits the heat, it's gonna be ready. So that's gonna be added towards the end of the cook. So the only thing I need to add to this now is the spinach, because you know, so you can't make stew peas without some spinach. And for my people that are not in tune with Jamaican cooking, spinners are just small dumplings that are rolled. As you can see my pinto beans and my red peas. Nice and cooked up already. So now this is just all part of the flavor profile of this meat. So I'm gonna let this heat up a little bit more. Once it starts bubbling, we're gonna start adding our spinach to the pot. So to complement our dish, we're gonna do some cornbread. All right, some honey cornbread. So we're gonna do this on the grill, so it have a nice smoky flavor. So the first thing I want to do is I'm gonna grease up the pan, and that's gonna give it a nice little crust, and also keep it from sticking to the pot. Rub in the butter. A nice little coat on it. Good to go. And as you can see, Lynn has been busy in the kitchen and she already mixed up the batter for me. So we're just gonna pour this into our skillet. Nice and creamy, right? Ooh, look at that. Good to go. Just give it a little shake and make it settle. Cease and settle. Like hot water in a kettle. Maybe I should put a smiley face on it. What you think? No? Alright. Stop it. So, we gotta get our grill fired up. And then we're gonna drop this on the grill and let it bake. And we're gonna come back and we're gonna drizzle the top with some, what we're putting on there.
What, butter and honey? What?
Butter and honey. Woo, woo. Alright, my people. So, stay tuned. Catch you outside. We'll put this on the grill. And we will see you shortly. Alright, family. So, what started out as a rainy day is now turned out into a nice, beautiful sunny day. As you can see, everything looks nice and beautiful. The weather is perfect. We are talking about probably about 68 degrees. For some people, that's cold. For me, good weather. Why? No mosquito, no bugs, no nothing. Anyway, we'll come out to get back to the reason why we're out here. We got the cornbread ready. We got the grill going at 400 degrees. So we're gonna put this on. Ooh, look at that smoke. Look at that smoke. That's what I need right there. That's gonna make this thing beautiful. See that? We got it on the grill. We're gonna go ahead and lock it down and get that nice smoky flavor. About 15-20 minutes and it'll be done. So you guys gonna enjoy this one. We'll see you shortly. Yes, family, as I always say, nice beautiful day. Just giving you a quick update on the Tiki bar. So as you can see, completely rebuilt. For my viewers and subscribers that are familiar with the channel, you guys know the Tiki bar got destroyed in the last winter storm. We built it, or rebuilt it I should say, and you know, it's back up and running. Look, and I did it a little bit different this time, because last time I had my TVs in the center, and that was my point of failure. So now I got my little TVs on each corner right there. Yeah, so everybody get a good view, and I don't have to worry about, you know, it collapsing. And I got some, then got, I love my gadgets, so then found some covers for the TVs, so when we're not using them, yeah, we can cover our TVs up, you know. And as you can see, the pond is back in full effect. Everything is green and growing. Yeah, man. So Tiki bar looking good. And then I gotta show you the two knuckleheads. Alright? Let me see. Who am I gonna find first? The crazy one. Okay, there's the crazy one. Ranger Danger. Yep, that's the crazy one. Where's Chloe? Chloe! Oh, there she is. The sane one. The one that have some sense, you know? Well, sometimes. But we're going to check in shortly. We'll get back to the kitchen and check on the stew peas and see what's going on. Alright? So stay tuned to the channel. Grass is growing. Everything is looking great. I'll probably have to cut the grass one more time, but everything is green again. So we will see you shortly. Ranger, what are you doing? Say hi. Say hi to the folks. Ranger, say hi. No, I'm not throwing your ball. All right, family, we'll see you shortly. Them two, you're not easy. All right, family, let's check back in. As you can see, everything is bubbling. Chicken won't take that long, so now is a good time to add my spinners. So when I say spinners in Jamaica, it's just small dumplings. That's all they are. And then I already made my my dough for me. So, no, it's a lot of dough. I guess she wanted a lot of spinners.
Or you can make big dumplings if you don't make all spinners.
So spinners is literally what it is. We spin them, we make them into bite-sized parts of the meal, and just drop them in the pot, just like that. So we just roll them, just like that. They don't have to be any particular shape, as long as them look like spinners. And they don't take long to cook either, which is one of the reasons why you see I'm adding them at the end of the cook, because here what I got. So once these are done, the meal is ready. And we're gonna get ready for sample time. Arlene loves stew peas now, so you already know sample time is going to be fun for her. You will know by her expressions when we get to sample time. I already know in time she don't like sample time. Well, I don't think she never liked sample time. I just think when she's hungry and she's hangry, you know, she responds a little bit different. So I'll make the spinners them. We might drop 1 or 2 dumplings in there too. You know me like my dumpling them too. Me like a substantial amount of food. So we might drop 1 or 2 dumplings in there. Same thing. Dumpling them. Only difference is the dumpling them we roll them. Roll them up like this. And then we just think, well, somebody call it roll and press. I don't mention nobody name because I don't want to take nobody glory, you know. But basically you roll them and you press them out like that. I don't make the prettiest dumplings, I can tell you that. But a food are gonna have, so it don't really matter how they look, as long as them cook. That's the most important thing, right? So that's the prettiest dumpling you're gonna get from me right there. You ain't gonna get no prettier than that. Get the little can of them on it, or just drop 1 or 2 dumplings in there. Alright, so in the meantime and in between time, I'm gonna finish up rolling up some dumplings and some spinners. Put them in the pot. Let them cook down, and then you already know we still got 1 more meat to add. Still got 1 more meat to add to this very delicious comfort food, which is called Jamaican Stew Peas. In this case, because I add so much meat to it, it's a Jamaican, you know, stew peas. So dumpling in a pot. Alright, so I go work on the rest of them, and then I gotta go check on this cornbread on the grill because I want it to burn. Alright, so check we outside. We're gonna keep working on finish up this all of them spinners here, drop them in the pot, and then we'll go check on the cornbread, see how it's doing. Alright, so stay tuned. Alright. Time to check on our cornbread, see how it looks. Whew, y'all ready? Alright. Look at that beautifulness right there. Yes, sir. Don't get no better than that.
Smell good too.
Don't get no better than that. That is smoked cornbread at its finest. Oh, ooh, look at that. All right. So we'll carry this inside. We're gonna make it cool off, and then what we're gonna do, we're just gonna add some honey glaze to it. This thing will be fire. Look at that beautifulness. All right, so we will see you back inside. Go and check on the stew peas and see what I go on with that. All right. Time to add the last meat to the pot. So as you can see, everything is cooking nice and beautiful. Spinach them and dumpling them looking good. Chicken cook up. Yeah, man. So now, that's what I said, this won't take that long. So we're just gonna add our last meat to the pot. Meat number 4. Our thin strip pork strips. And these won't take long to cook. As you can see, I have a little bit of seasoning. So I didn't even have to add no more seasoning to the pot. That was it. Yeah, look at that. And guess what? Nothing not burned from the bottom here, you know. So there's our beautiful meats. Our 4 meat stew peas. Get it nice and mixed up. The dumpling them. Oh, the ugly dumpling them. Alin, then you met them dumpling them?
I did.
I don't know, Lynn ugly dumpling them already. But that is it. This is it, look at that. You see how the meat starts cook already? That's what I tell you, say. Doesn't take long. Just gonna separate them up. Man, this is gonna be delicious. It's gonna be really delicious. Can't wait to dive into this.
Me too.
There we go. So we are good to go. We are cover it down. Let it do the last cook. And then we're gonna get ready, everything ready for sample time. So see you shortly. I'm not even worry about the rice because I don't know rice cook already. So we're gonna cook the rice next and then we'll see you for sample time. Alright? Alright family, so the cornbread is done. So we're gonna dress it up. So we're just gonna put some butter upon it. We're just gonna put some butter upon it. Get my little brush here and brush it on. And you want to do this while the cornbread is still hot. So I had it setting for a little bit while I took it off the grill. And now you're just going to butter it up. And all this butter is just going to sink down into that. Oh, that cornbread. Look, I know you're just as excited as I am about all this butter that's going down inside this cornbread right now. Ooh. Did it all up in them creases. Somebody gonna eat good tonight. You see how I'm getting in all the creases, my people? All right. And you can tell that because it's still warm, all that butter is just gonna melt into the cornbread. Melt into the cornbread. Because we gotta wait for it to cool off, right? But this part has to be done while the cornbread is still hot. And we're not done yet, you know, because we're gonna put the final topping on this cornbread. Oh, look at that. Nice and glossy. I told you I was an artist, right? Yeah, it's part of my skills. Look at that beautifulness. Let me get a thumbs up. Can I get a thumbs up for this beautiful cornbread right here? All right. Just leave it in the chat. Or should I say the comments? Oh, look at And what could complement this nice, beautiful cornbread? Some honey. Yeah, so we're going to drizzle some honey on there. Oh, look at that. Oh, this that work right there, baby. Woo, woo. Why are you putting honey on the camera? Well, the camera's just gonna be just as sweet as the cornbread. So if you see me, I lick the camera, I don't know why.
No, sir.
Woo. All right. We're gonna use our same brush, and we're just gonna brush on this honey. Mmm. 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 The torture, boss. Let's go take it to new heights. Look at that glaze. Oh, look at that honey. Mmm. There it is. There it is. Smoked honey glazed cornbread. Just make you want to jump in the pot, don't it? Oh my goodness. And there it is. It is good to go. So we're gonna let this settle. We still gotta let it cool off because the pot's still hot. And then we'll be ready for sample time. We're finishing up the rice, and then we'll be ready to get some food for now. All right, so stay tuned. All right, family. What time is it?
Sample time.
Sample time, and you can tell by her voice she's ready. All right, so honestly, really and truly, this is the smallest sample that you guys will ever see. I keep saying that, but go back and watch the other videos. You know I'm telling the truth. All right, so let's get this sample plate ready. All right, so what you want first on the plate?
Doesn't matter what order it goes in.
Well, let's get some rice first. I'm gonna get you some rice on the plate because I don't know we gotta share the plate. All right, so I gotta make sure there's enough for me and Ned. Even though she'll eat more sides too.
Really? That's what we gonna
I
do.
gotta eat more sides. I don't know that already. She usually don't leave none for me. Alright, so there's your rice. Let's get some of this good stew peas in the sample plate. Oi, what's that? Look at all that meat. Alright, you want dumpling in there, chicken in there. You want some, well, the pigtail off of me. You want some stew beef in there. Let's go to the bottom and get some of that beef or mixture of peas and pinto beans. People, oi, oi. Get some of this gravy on there. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Ooh. So now I gotta cut you a piece of this delicious cornbread. So that's gonna be a big piece of cornbread right there. But I'm gonna slice it thin. Look at that beautiful cornbread right there. All right, I think we got everything ready. So we got the cornbread, we got the stew peas, we got the rice. So then she's gonna have to put all her meals together tonight. Normally put everything by one plate, but she gets to pick because as we said, she don't really like the pigtail. I mean, love that. So let's rotate. All right, sampler, get after it.
Yeah, yeah.
Rice nice on a Shelly.
Na 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 na.
So tonight she get to share it out for herself. How much she want. We're gonna see how much she
Hey,
get.
what time is it? It's sampling time, baby.
Stop it.
It's
Don't forget at
sampling
least
time.
one or two
It's
dumplings.
sampling time.
Or spinach
We
nice
don't care.
plate then.
Rain or sunshine, food smells sweet. Belly start wine right now.
Wait
It's
for the
all
smallest
about
spinach.
sampling
Okay.
time, oh yeah. It's sampling time. We don't
Make sure you
care.
got a little bit
Day
of all
or
the
night
meats.
time, fork in hand, I'm feeling
Well,
fine right now.
I'm
It's all
gonna
about sampling time.
There's one right there.
Mama laying in the kitchen jamming. Rice and peas, oh Lord, is slamming. Steam rise
You have
up
a
like
fork?
holy smoke.
That's
That
a
curry
giant
gold
fork.
just make me choke with joy.
Fork,
Pop
that's
bubble up and
But get
got
after
rhythm
it.
of
Go.
its own.
Get in there.
One little taste and my cover blown.
Woo.
Stone dancing, spoon in the air. Say chef of the year. Yeah, I'm right there. Don't wait, don't rush the line. Everybody soon get a bite in time. Taste buds ready for contact.
He is
Once you
speechless.
taste, you'll never forget.
Mixture of beans with the meat
Rain or sunshine, food smells.
definitely gave it a different flavor.
Right now, it's all about
How can you tell?
sampling time. Oh yeah, it's sampling time.
It's the way it tastes. And you can taste the cloves all through it too. Not too spicy.
It's a big fork.
Mama Lynn, why
So you
you
make
got
my fork
there?
alone.
Come try if you're there. Me can't wait, me the bonfire.
You know you gotta get some of the crust.
Oh, sampling. Oh, yeah. Oh, sampling time. It's
And honey
sampling
cornbread.
time. Me, we don't care. Rain or
Nice.
sunshine.
Gone back in the fork.
Turn up the light right now. It's all about sampling time. Everybody say it's sampling time. We don't care day or night time. From
Go ahead and
Jamaica
find the
to
spinach
Old
then.
Island right now. It's all about sampling the boy.
I'm on this side of the camera and I'm hungry. Look at this. Look at this cornbread. I'm gonna get her a small slice, you know. You gonna tell the people how it tastes?
That cornbread is the bomb.
Can you taste the smoke from the grill?
Oh yeah,
Right.
very good.
Okay. Well, I guess I need to test it out and see how this thing goes. All right. Rotate. My turn. I just can't see she don't put none of the pigtail on this. Maybe I'll put some of the pigtail on there. We ain't playing around. We ain't playing around. I'm trying to get all up in this goodness right here. Let me lean forward in the foxhole. The cornbread is already sweet, but that honey on the crust. All right, that's the beef. Oh, this is the pork. The best part about this cook, I didn't have to add no extra seasoning to it. It was all about just like every time I added a portion of meat, it just kept enhancing the flavor. So I'm going to Pigtail. You know, I'm just going to use my hands. Should I come off of the bone? That's what we wanted. This delicious. Delicious. So, if you guys ever decide to visit, you won't get this big fork, but that might be too much for some people. But, man, let me get back in this cornbread. Look at this. Look at that glaze. You know how you eat a meal and you want a dessert? This is like the dessert without having something too sweet. That is perfect. Oh, I forgot about the dumpling. That soak up all of the flavor. Well, now you know what got happen, you know. What I can do, Lynn?
Mash up this food.
Mash up the food. All right. She's Jamaicanized, but, you know, the accent's not completely there yet. Maybe by next year, she'll have the accent. But, hey, I want to thank everybody for sticking with the channel. And for those of you who haven't gone to the community post, if you're new to the channel, go to my community post. I'm looking at, I got my channel reviewed and I wanted to change the name of my channel to kind of conform to what my niche is, which is apparently everybody enjoy the food when I cook. So I'm asking for suggestions on what a new channel name should be. I'm still keeping the Winston Chronicles because that's my thing, but I want to find something that incorporates the old name with a new name that sticks to the niche that I do, which is food. Now you know it's a food for now. So keep sending in those comments, keep sending in those suggestions. At some point I'm going to make a decision on what the name's going to be, but it's all for you. Alright, so I appreciate you all, I love you all, and we're dealing with some food right now. So until the next time, we'll see you on the next one. Food for now. So. Good night.
Good night.
All the boring stuff. We are.